Hey guys, for those of y'all that don't know me, my name's Marcus, and I'm going to do this presentation on um, Prime Video from Amazon, and more specifically, I'm going to get into what Amazon and Prime Video have done to really delve into the world of sports and sports broadcasting, and how that's kind of changed the game for sports media rights for the foreseeable future. So first of all, just for a little bit of history about Amazon and Prime Video, their Prime Video service launched in 2006 as kind of a Netflix tangent service. So it wasn't really a resemblance of what we see today in Prime Video, but it was similar to what Netflix was doing at the time. And then in 2011, it rebranded as Amazon Instant Video, and so that's kind of where we first saw the semblance of what Prime Video looks like today with the online streaming service. And then in 2017 is when it first dipped its toes into live sports with the NFL's Thursday Night Football, and so from there it took off, and they're continuing to dig deeper into the sports world. And right now, it's expanded into tennis and soccer, both in Europe and in the United States. So, also to give some background on sports rights, the largest source of income for teams and leagues is the media rights. So, it's not the game tickets, it's not advertisement sales, it's not sponsorships. It is the media rights that they're selling to different broadcasters. And so, the NFL, MLB, NBA, Premier League, these are all huge leagues that their rights are in the billions of dollars. And so traditionally, because they're so expensive, the major mainstream operators own these rights. And so that's why, like in the NFL, it's primarily Fox, CBS, and NBC that own these rights. And then we've recently seen like ESPN and some smaller networks get into the game as well. But it's traditionally the major mainstream operators. And so something that has been interesting recently is there's been a global shift from old media, which is the mainstream operators in this case, towards the new media, which is the digital streaming sites that have entered in the sports game, like Prime Video. Hulu is another example of that. Twitter is an example, but I'll get into that a little more later. So Prime Video in the NFL. In 2017, Twitter broadcast, I think, a couple Thursday night games, and then Prime Video took over and has been broadcasting several Thursday night games since then. But something that is really key to understanding why they're doing this and what's going on is understanding that sports are key to the internet and television. They drive a lot of TV revenue. There's not a whole lot of live television being watched anymore other than sports. And so, because sports are so key to television, they're key to the future of television, which is internet streaming. And because the NFL is at the peak, they draw the highest viewership of any American sport. Even though viewership is down across the board, the NFL is key for streaming services, and so that's why Amazon initially got into Thursday Night Football. They saw an opening there and took a chance. And so they started with just several Thursday night games a year for about $50 million. And they've continued on into 2020. And now, according to reports from the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, they are an aggressive bidder uh, towards compiling more NFL rights and more games, as those rights are going to be up soon. So, what does the future hold for Prime Video and for streaming? They're expected to expand their rights deals and carry many games exclusively on Prime Video, which is going to change a lot, and it's going to move this. It's going to shift the tide even more towards streaming and away from cable television. They signed a deal with Seattle Sounders FC, an MLS team, to stream all non-nationally televised games. So that's just another inroad that they have. And as they're doing this, their streaming services is adding new features, such as video profiles and a lot more other video content. And so, as the amount of content increases, so will Amazon Prime's depth into the